Hi everyone, this is Ryan Hoyme, aka Massage Nerd, and today we have Pete Ritridge. Hi Pete.
Hi Ryan, how you doing?
Good. And then we're both of us will be interviewing David Lauterstein from Lauterstein-Conway Massage School in Austin, Texas.
Hi Ryan. Pete.
Hi. And why did you why did you apply to present at the Educational Congress in July of 2015?
Well, I really feel the Alliance has become the most representative group for teachers and for schools. And I really want to be a part of it. I feel they are shaping our history, and I think they're doing a good job with that. So I want to help, having been involved in the history of massage since 1977 myself.
And what are some of your presentations that you'll be talking about then?
I'm going to be doing one more overall, something like a keynote called The Destiny of Massage Therapy, and then I'm going to do one more specific to the art and the science of teaching and how to develop those skills. So I'm going to be doing those two presentations.
And tell us about your keynote a little bit, David.
Okay. Well, it's interesting. In the history of massage within the U.S., one of the hotbeds of the development of massage was the Esalen Institute. And at the Esalen Institute, the great philosopher and writer Aldous Huxley talked about the nonverbal humanities. And the nonverbal humanities has been something that massage has been very much in the forefront of, it being a form of something which works with the body, but which communicates with much more than just the body. And so what I can see and what I hope to see at Destiny Massage that we continue alongside to develop the scientific capacity, the research, the knowledge, and the clinical skill we need, and at the same time recognizing that we touch things very deeply, that there is a kind of knowledge that's held within massage therapy that's essential to people just as much as the knowledge of art and the knowledge that comes through art is essential for people, the knowledge that comes through doing yoga, and the knowledge that comes through doing massage. So to me, the destiny of massage involves both of those aspects very vitally, both the scientific, the spiritual, the mind, the body, and the Alliance has been really flowing along with that. I'm very happy to contribute to that and see that the destiny of massage can really be wholehearted and whole-minded.
Beautiful. That's a great way to express it, David. And one of the things I want to acknowledge you as is that last year, 2013, you won the Educator of the Year in the CE Provider category. You were the inaugural winner of that award, and I think it's a wonderful representation of you as a teacher and a developer of ways of thinking about offering classes to people. So
thank you. Thank you. Great honor, great pleasure. Thanks so much.
The other thing, I know that you're teaching a class, and one of the things that you may want to share a little bit is what are the things you want to offer in the class, and what might be some of the takeaways that people will have.
Mm-hmm. Well, the breakout session is to focus on basically the following thing. Somewhat leading from the keynote is the idea that just like an actor needs to be quite intelligent, needs to be able to memorize their lines, needs to really use their mind to, embody the character and so on. But an actor also needs to really be able to use their body well. And in massage therapy, we tend to focus, particularly certainly in examination contexts and everything, on the regurgitation of knowledge that we've gotten through left brain study. But to be a great therapist and certainly to be a great teacher, you need to be a great actor. You need to know how to use your arms, your legs, your voice to project yourself. You need to really have the skills to bring body, mind, and emotion all to bear. Otherwise, you really can't capture and communicate with the students and get your points across. You have to be convincing. You have to be embodied. You have to set an example for them. And a lot of times when it comes to teaching, people just approach it as a left brain transmission of information that's really far from what is inspiring teaching.
Beautiful.
And how do you envision the future of massage and bodywork then?
Well, Ryan, I think it all depends on you. No, I'm kidding. However, I want to say you've done a really good job, and many of the institutions now, uh, I should the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education, AMTA, ABMP, the ELAB project, so many different vectors of influence are coming together now. This conference is a good example of that. CAMTA, the Federation of State Massage Boards, everybody coming together saying, how can we raise the standards, both in the scientific as well as the human aspects of massage therapy? And so what I see is that collaboration happening and taking us to a much higher level as a profession, and I'm very, very pleased about that.
Yes, and I'm very impressed with all the collaboration that's going on recently and stuff, and I can't wait to see all the different organizations join together at this conference then too.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny or important to recognize that as we've tried to come together, there's been some friction, and that can be productive of higher level discussion, some level of heat, but it helps propel us onto the new level, looking at scientific rigor as well as looking at human rigor, how to approach people in the most compassionate way. That's a skill. It's not just a sentiment.
Yes. And what advice do you have for new therapists, new teachers, new volunteers?
Well, for a new therapist, please pay attention to making enough money. I think that's important, and oftentimes I find that the business side is quite neglected. People are so often fascinated with healing, but they are not understandably fascinated with their taxes or keeping close track of money. So, one of the things I want to emphasize is take good health care by paying close attention to the business aspects as well as the healing aspects of your work. Secondly, I would say pay close attention to anatomy. You certainly can tell therapists who really know what's under their hands, and so almost all of the advanced modalities are simply good applications of anatomy and physiology, understanding the nervous system, its relationship to energy, understanding the fascia, the muscles, the bones, the ligaments, and their involvement in people's problems. So I would say that. Plus, I'd say self-care in general. Therapists often can kind of burn out either too many sessions or not using good body mechanics or not using what I call good psychomechanics, because what you're doing emotionally and mentally affects you and the client as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. And David, one last couple questions. One of the things that is unique about this Congress is that we're having a week-long event, and some of the boards and organizations are having board meetings and membership meetings. Do you have a sense that there's some parts of the event that you're really looking forward to? Have you been to Minneapolis before, that kind of thing?
Well, I've been to Minneapolis. I love it. It's a beautiful place. And since I'm from Texas, I'm particularly looking into a cooler area at that time of year. In terms of the organizations, no, I really feel like I'm equally interested in them all. They're all contributing beautifully. And I think that, as we move forward, there needs to be a coordinated effort to look at continuing education, look at the varying levels of certification. And I just have faith that we are all, as much as we can, moving in a really good direction. And I just really want to be supportive of that. And I feel like the majority of people definitely are.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. Just really want to acknowledge you as the inaugural continuing education provider, Educator of the Year in 2013. Mm-hmm. And it's always a pleasure to spend time with you, David. Ryan and I have done a couple of these all through the day, and each of the people who have been speaking about the Congress are talking about collaboration and groups working together. So unity and having a critical mass of folks who are educators and interested in the profession will go a long way to enhancing and putting a bright future for massage.
Well, let me also say, in collaboration with you, Pete, you've done a great job, a tremendous amount of volunteer service through the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education, you and the other people working there really helped inspire me. And for a number of years, I wasn't that involved in the politics. I'd rather just concentrate on teaching and massage in my school. But the quality of what you are doing kind of really has brought me back into wanting to be more active. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and I want to acknowledge the role of social activism and his commitment to world peace. I mean, ultimately, the touch of our hands makes a difference. And I want to acknowledge what you do, and Ryan, with all the work you've done for Massage Nerd to publicize so many different people's perspectives and document things that were not. Congratulations. Good job.